Bye, Giovanni. Good night.
My phone, hang on.
How's Mark?
He's doing fine.
He's excited too?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I trust him for other area, you know, his strong point
And
is.
Eric Nelson's coming in on Zoom.
Oh,
He's
okay.
here on Zoom.
Great. I didn't get to watch all of the city council meeting last night, but I wonder what time it ended.
I didn't get a can at all, yeah.
You were too excited.
Hi, Connor. Hi, friends. Welcome.
Hello, sir, how you doing?
What time as usual?
Trying my hardest.
I didn't get to watch all of the city council meeting. I was asking what time did it end, because it was like 8 o'clock when I
No,
looked.
it wasn't.
Not too bad.
I can never remember. It's in the minutes.
Sure it is.
Ah. What's that? Extra? Is that the agenda?
Okay, let's switch this, can we bring that on?
Good. Yeah, good. How about you? Yeah. How are you? Very good. Jeez.
He's doing very good.
Are you very, very good?
Not as good as him.
I know.
You just came back, we got the funding for
118 units.
Hey, congratulations. That's fantastic.
And hopefully he's coming to the trust for some dough later.
We sent the email to the manager.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that's great. That's the project right here on there, right? Yeah. Great. 109, 118. 118.
That's awesome, Tom.
Hello.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, and this is the one with Trinity? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, I can understand why you're so happy. I would be too.
Good afternoon, folks. Today's February 18th, 2026. This is the City of Lowell Affordable Housing Trust Fund Board meeting. My name is George Caloris. I'll be administrator. Welcome. I'm going to start with the roll call. When and if you hear your name and you're present, please say here. Connor Baldwin.
Here.
Kathy Mercado.
Here.
Tai Cha.
Here.
Valerie Opara.
Here.
Eric Nelson. Eric has joined us on Zoom, folks, just to let you know. Thank you, Eric. I'm going to need a motion. I get a motion by Tai Cha to start the meeting. Can I have a second?
I sec.
Seconded by Valerie Opara. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes, meeting adjourned. Meeting begins. I need a motion, I'm sorry. Sorry, folks. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the January 21st, 2026 board meeting.
Motion to approve the minute, January 21st, 2026.
I get a motion from Tai Cha to approve the minutes from January 21st. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Connor Baldwin. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Going to move to some continued business about the update of our CPA application. The Community Preservation Act right now is with the Audit Committee, and they're going to give us an answer for 3/5. Peter Cucumbus reached out in an email and said they were postponing their decisions till 3/5, so we should hear by our next meeting about that funding, folks. In our new business, I want to continue with our review of the Bob Cox application for his $500,000 loan. We received some terms on that. It was given at 2% at a 30-year amortization. We want to thank the Finance Department, Connor and Austin Ball, for putting that together for us with the Law Department, and they'll be collecting the payments through the Treasury Department, is what I'm told. Connor, is that correct?
That is right, Mr. Caloris. We, in working with the Law Department, had structured, and with Mr. Cox and the attorney on the other side, put together a loan document that we believe to be in the best interest of both parties. You mentioned, and it's listed here, 2% interest over 30 years. It's my understanding that Mr. Cox does intend to pay back the full principal amount prior to what would be the term of the loan, but we will collect monthly payments until such time that that he's able to make that full repayment. And those those payments, as they are returned to the city on a monthly basis, will be deposited into the trust. And so one of the, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but I have myself, my deputy, we met with the city auditor this week to talk about the trust in a bit more detail. We're still, understanding and learning all of the ins and outs of the proper accounting treatment for the Affordable Housing Trust, and we did make some good progress with Ms. Oakes, the city auditor, and so I do expect soon we'll be able to provide some reports.
Excellent.
For the board that we can use to track and plan future spending. But I did just want to provide that additional update because it was in the sort of the context of discussion on the loan. So one more point I'd like to make, the way that we structured the accounts in the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, which is set up as a separate fund in the city's general ledger, will be such that we can track payments associated with the American Rescue Plan Act funds if there are additional revenue streams that come in the future, such as the Community Preservation Act. We're going to track those separately so that we can, have clarity on any restrictions and different restrictions that may come in with the funds. And I realize this is very interesting to me, but may not be as interesting to all of my colleagues and maybe if any of the public are watching. But the proper accounting treatment of this is very important. This is public money. And so we want to make sure to get it right, and this is one way that we intend to do so. So we'll be tracking those payments as they come in. There'll be interest on the payments that we'll be able to track separately. We've structured it in such a way that if additional loans are made, we'll be able to easily report and track the separate loans in terms of how much is still outstanding, what are the payments owed, et cetera, and while I'm describing this to you at sort of a high level right now, it is our intention over the course of the next few months to provide you with some initial reports and have some discussion on that. I also asked the auditor if she'd be willing to join us at one of the future meetings so that
Excellent.
she could, get an idea from the board as to what are some of our intentions, to give her a heads up on the road ahead for the board and the things we're interested in doing so that she can set up the fund appropriate for what we will need. So that's just a few notes of progress for the board to consider.
That's great, Mr. Baldwin. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Does anybody else have any other questions or discussion on that loan? Yes, Val?
Question, will we have an opportunity to take a look at the documents, the loan documents?
Absolutely. I will, Mr. Coloris, if you could just note that in the
Yes.
minutes. I will try before our next meeting to get an executed copy, maybe via George, to the members of the board, and then we can spend some time discussing any questions that the members might have at our next meeting. But I think that's an excellent idea, and I'd be happy to get that for you.
Thank you, Val. Thank you, Mr. Baldwin. Any other discussion on the loan for Mr. Cox? Anyone? Folks? Okay, we're going to move on to some additional new business here. I need to make an amendment to the notes from November 19th and 2025 and December 17th, 2025 to reflect the accurate attendance and roll call.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the board minute to reflect the accuracy of attendance and roll call.
We got a motion by Tai Cha to amend the minutes from November 19, 2025 and December 17, 2025 to
Second.
reflect the accurate attendance and roll call, seconded by Connor Baldwin. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Notes will be amended. Thank you, folks. Any discussion on that? Folks, just to let you know, it was brought to my attention by the law department. I made an error, so I needed to correct the notes, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to correct these notes and then upload them back to Civic Plus for us. I made a mistake on the attendance roll call. Connor Baldwin isn't here in place of the city manager, Tom Golden. And I had made a mistake. I apologize for that.
No need to apologize, Mr. Coloris, but it is accepted.
Thank you. Any other discussion on that, folks? Our next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, March 18th, 2026, same place. Any questions on that? Can I get a motion?
So moved?
Motion to adjourn the meeting, made by Connor Baldwin. All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed?
George,
Yes, Eric, I'm sorry.
sorry.
No, not a problem. Eric Nelson has the floor. Sorry, Eric, I forgot about the Zoom.
No worries, no worries.
Sorry, everybody.
Just two things I think it's a great suggestion to get the loan documentation. The other conditions that we've asked to be satisfied, I just want to confirm that those are satisfied or will be satisfied. You know,
Yeah.
the environmental report, et cetera.
Yes, Eric, we received an acceptable environmental report already from Mr. Cox. I can forward that out.
Great. And then I guess before we adjourn, you know, and I just want to remind our group and the folks from the city that, you know, we have this deadline for the end of the year to, find appropriate deals for these funds that we have available, which really means it's kind of mid-year because these deals take so much time to get, sourced, closed, all the documentation. As we're seeing with the loan, with the project on Princeton Street, I just, whatever the city can do to kind of fill the pipeline of new deals for us,
Good point.
I just, I don't want to be keep beating the same drum, but, I think it's really important that we fill up the pipeline for, potential deals for us to review. So however is best to source and, initial review and, get deals in the pipeline, whatever we can do to do that would be greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson. That's a great suggestion. Any discussion on that, Mr. Baldwin?
Thank you. I'd like to agree and sort of maybe add a little context from the city's end to Mr. Nelson's timely suggestion. There, it is very important for us to obligate and disperse the funds prior to the 12/31/26 deadline. And so I think perhaps between now and our next meeting, what I can commit to attempt will be to bring perhaps a list of potential projects to the board that either we can distribute out prior to the meeting and advertise them on the agenda and have some discussion about next time. There are some that are in the hopper, so to speak, and hopefully before our next meeting. And I'm sorry, Mr. Coloris, could you remind me when would be the next time that our regular meeting would be?
Our next meeting would be on March 18th, 2026 at 4:30.
So again, a
Next
very
month.
important point that the deadline is every time we meet, it's getting sooner and sooner. And so I will speak with the Assistant City Manager for DPD about projects that she thinks might be ripe for potential funding, and hopefully I can bring at least a list at a high level of what those projects might be. But that will be my goal for the next time, Mr. Chairman.
That's
Thank
great. Thank you very much, Mr. Baldwin.
Thank you, Mr. Baldwin. We appreciate that. Any discussion on that? Any comments? So like we said, our next meeting is for Wednesday, March 18th at 4:30. Any other questions or discussions for today's meeting? Can I get a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion made by Ty Cha to adjourn the meeting, seconded by Valerie Opara. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Aye.
Thank you, folks. Thank you, Eric. Mr. Baldwin, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.